All right, hey everybody, welcome back to another news feed here. This one, don't forget to post 1, 2, or 3 videos every single day. Hit subscribe, hit join, hit everything. And here we go. Diesel Army has this one out here. Ford recalls 300,000 6.7 liter diesel Super Duty trucks over the CP4 issue. If you are not aware of what the CP4 issue is, it has affected every diesel truck basically made today. Doesn't matter who it is. Every high output diesel, every 2500 diesel has had to face this CP4 issue. However, the downside is Ford doesn't deal with it very well. Ram did. I had it even in 2019 on my Ram 2500 Cummins diesel truck. It was immediately recalled for the CP4 pump. This Bosch CP4 fuel pump is a problem. Huge problem. And, well, Ram said, forget it. We're done. 2019, they recalled it because that was an issue in there, and they took care of it. And what they did is they put CP3s back in. They went backwards. They went back to the tried, true, proven Bosch 3P or CP3 fuel pump. Solved all the problems for the Ram. Ford refused to, and even GM had some problems with it. But here we go. So let's see what they got to say. If you're running a 2022 or 2020 through 2022 Ford F-Series pickup Super Duty with 6.7 Power Stroke, there's a new Bosch CP4 recall that you are likely already aware of. However, if you drive a 2011 through 2019 Super Duty or a 2011 through 2016 Chevy Silverado or GMC Sierra with the Duramax, you'll also want to pay attention. Okay, this CP4 is an issue everywhere, and we'll talk about why. Ford launched recall number 24S78 targeting certain 2020 to 2022 diesel-powered equipped with the Bosch CP4 RP7 high-pressure fuel pump. The core problem, as Ford sees, is premature this fuel pump premature failures in its fuel pump, leading to loss of power and no start conditions. However, we know it's much bigger. Okay, they're going to get it because it's way more than a little loss of power or no start condition. Okay, number one, the cost of these things. As a matter of fact, my buddy James, if you follow my hunting channel, you know one of my good friends, James Wood. He's got a YouTube channel as well too, Gung Ho Bows. But he, on his Super Duty diesel, he just had to have this done. Okay, he just had to go through the same exact thing. He was the one I told you that at aftermarket warranty handled it and took care of it for him. And but I mean, you could be talking 15 grand to replace this. If you are out of warranty and they don't cover this under recall, you could be $10,000 to $15,000 for this stupid fuel pump that has been an issue now literally for 6 straight years, and Ford is still using them. Okay, the Bosch CP4 high-pressure fuel pump is a well-known reputation in diesel circles for being finicky, and its recall underscores that. While Ford claims the symptoms of a bad CP4 are hard starting and loss of power, we know the truth is much more dire. The CP4, remember, this is Diesel Army. That's who's writing this. They know diesels. The CP4 doesn't just go out quietly. When it fails, it often grenades, sending tiny metal shards throughout your entire fuel system. We're talking injectors, lines, fuel rails, the works. At that point, it's not just a pump replacement. You're looking at a complete fuel system overhaul that can cost anywhere to $10,000 to $15,000 or more. The CP4 was designed for high lubricosity diesel fuels used in Europe, not the ultra-low sulfur diesels that we have in the U.S. without enough lubrication. The pumps' internals grind themselves down too fast. The result, metal-on-metal destruction and a shortened lifespan. Issues don't stop there. Even small amounts of air in a fuel line can cause cavitation inside of the CP4. This leads to excessive wear and eventual failure. Bad seals, improper fitting changes, fuel system leaks can all induce air into the mix. And as highlighted, Ford's recent recall, aged or poor quality biodiesel can accelerate CP4 failure. Water, debris, and fuel that's been sitting too long can gum up the works and kill the pump quicker than you can think. So this is a big issue. This pump sucks. This pump is bad. We knew that. Like I said, I knew it in 2019 when I started researching this, when I got the recall letter and how bad it was. And everybody said, we're going back to CP3. CP4 is no good. Ford began investigating the CP4 failures in late 2021 after it noticed uptick in warranty claims. That was 4 years ago from now. Initially, the culprit was pinned on aged biodiesel. left in the tanks too long during pandemic lockdowns. That's what they claim. But on the same note, they already watched that Ram had the same problems and dumped it back in 2019. Ford knew that. Instead, they took this cheap, cheesy way out. Oh, it's just leftover gas because people aren't driving much during the pandemic lockdowns, which deteriorated performance and caused internal pump damage though Ford replaced the RP7 pump with an improved RP8 version during 21 production run, the damage was done. By late 2024, 3,000 warranties claimed and 500 field reports have been logged. Currently, in January 2025, Ford finally issued a recall for 300,000 equipped trucks made between 2020 and 2022. Sadly, the fix is not what any of us would like to see. True Ford fashion here, 100% true Ford fashion. This is what Ford does today. I don't know if it's Farley that says this stuff, or I don't know why it is, or who authorizes this, but this is pure to form Ford 2025. What did they do? Ford dealers will update the powertrain control module software free of charge, saying these updates to the fuel system cooling strategy would alleviate the situation. Band-Aid. Band-Aid. They're going to tone it down. This is a complete Band-Aid for a very bad part. That's sad. It's ridiculous. This isn't the first CP4 recall either. In June of 2022, Ram issued its own recall and to address the failed Bosch CP4.2 injection pumps. This recall covered approximately 250,000, almost 222,000 vehicles built from 19 to 20. The solution Ram and Cummins came up with was beautiful, and it was simple. Replace the CP4.2 with a reliable CP3. And for the 2021 model year, Cummins switched back to the CP3 for all production engines up until 2025. Was that so hard? Well, Ram did. I mean, was that really so hard? And it's not that much different. They had 222,000. What are we at here for this one? What was this one about? 295,000. It's almost the same amount of things. For Ram, it was butter smooth and easy. We're just going to recall it. We're going to take it out. We're going to get rid of your CP4. We're going to give you the CP3. And we're going back to using the CP3. No, Ford's going to detune your engine and hope that by the time it does go bad, it's no longer their problem, is what they're going to do for you. Typical Ford fashion. It says right here, the bottom line is if you have a 2020-2022 6.7 Power Stroke, check your VIN, get in touch with the dealer, have the recall performed, and document everything. Notice they say, and document everything. Why would they tell you that in this article? Because they know how Ford is. And get the recall performed and document everything. What a horrible thing that you got to say a statement like that. Everyone else continue reporting issues caused by a faulty Bosch CP4 pumps. Hopefully the correct fix will be launched for everyone soon. This is the world that we live in today. Very interesting. And another thing, while we're on it with Ford here, Ford has announced when their prices are going to be. Ford announced its plan to raise prices. They are talking about this is due to the tariffs, and they're coming in right here. It's no exception. And here we go. It says right here, Ford is no exception. In a new memo to dealers, they are starting to reveal their plan to forge ahead with new tariff prices in place. Okay, on a memo sent out on April 15th, Andrew Frick, president of Ford's gas fuel and electronic car units, said the company is planning to raise prices on cars coming off the assembly line in May if tariff relief does not come for the automaker. So if these tariffs hold solid, May is when we're going to start to see these vehicles that are going to be costing more. We anticipate the need to make vehicle pricing adjustments in the future, which is expected to happen with May production. Not vehicles you buy in May, vehicles that are made and produced in May that are going to be affected by tariffs. Automaker is currently offering discounts across its lineup through June 2nd. Customers will have lots of choices. We have plenty of inventory to choose from through June 2nd. Tariff situation is dynamic, and we continue to evaluate the potential impact of tariff actions. A Ford spokesman added, also stating that if prices go up on vehicles produced in May, customers probably will not see those higher prices until early July. So there's where we're sitting at, and that's what we're talking about. So any questions, comments, anything you got, put them down below. As always, thanks for watching.